Hi there. I am going to show you how to fit, I call it slop line through data. And in this case, I have some scatter plot of data. I'm not going to tell you a story. I really recommend that you go to the reading. Let me see if I have the reading here. I have the reading. The reading is very good. It's very short. It's modeling with linear functions. Super, super important actually, because most of the world, even though something may not be a line, we can always approximate with a line, and that's why lines are so important. But here I'm just going to functionally show you how to fit your slop line to data. In this case, this is the way I usually see data. It's scattered. You see this XY plot, and basically what you'll do is you'll just pick two representative points and eyeball it and kind of see what the coordinates of the point are and then fit a line to it. So I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose this one up here at 5. I don't know if I can actually come inside it. Yeah, I can see my little thing. So you see my little cursor, it's very tiny. But I'm going to choose 2 and 5. There's not exactly a data point right there. I could put a data point there and it would kind of fit on that cloud and it's nice and round. So I'm going to start off with one point being 2 and 5. And then I'm going to pick another point down here. Right around maybe minus, I'll take 8 and minus 11 about. So 8 and minus 11. So I just picked two random points, but I felt like if I put a line through those 2 points, it's going to cover that little cloud of data. So eyeballing, that's why I call it a slop line. Not a slope line, but a slop line. All right, next step is you go back to high school or grade school, wherever you learn this. One of these is X1, one of these is Y1, X2, Y2. It's a bookkeeping thing at this point. Calculate M. Step 1, compute slope. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, change in y's over change in x's. I label them up top. I'm not a good bookkeeping person, but when it comes to math, I am. So this is all I did, as I just made it easy for myself. So my y2 is minus 11, my y1 is 5, my x2 is 8, my x1 is 2, and my slope is going to be minus 16 over 8 minus 2 is 6. And here's my trouble. I'm going to actually turn this to a decimal. If I get minus 16 divided by 6, I get minus 2.6 there. So now I have that. Next step is to compute B. There's two ways you can do this. I'm a lazy mathematician, so I'm going to find the easiest way to do that. So I'm going to use what's called point slope formula, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick my x1 and y1 and throw them in there. I got my m, throw it in there, and I'm solving for y. So this is the least work. That's why I call it lazy mathematician method. So y minus 5, that's my y1. So I'm going to take y is minus 5 is equal to m, which is minus 2.6 repeating. X minus x1 is 2. And then I just solve for my y. Oh, I got to do this times 2, positive 5.3 repeating, and then minus 5. And so I get y is equal to minus 2.6x plus 0.3, 0.33. So I just did the math pretty quickly, the arithmetic pretty quickly. I usually make mistakes here. Minus the minus is plus, that's why minus 2.6 repeating times minus 2 ended up being a positive 5.3 repeating. Subtract off 5, I'm just left with a 3 repeating. I did a little round to the 100th decimal place, and I get this is my equation of my line. With the y-intercept being 0.3 and the x, so the y-intercept is 0.3. So let's see if that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. Let me see. If I stretch a line, it looks like my y-intercept should be much higher. So let's backtrack and see if I made an error. No, this is correct. And minus 2.6x times 2 is 5.3. This is correct. Here's my error. There should be a plus 5 when I add it. So even with all my bookkeeping, I still made an error. So this should be 10.3. So sniff check yourself. Not literally, figuratively. Go over here and just like, if I stretch out this line, where is it going to cross the y-axis? About 10. That sounds about right. So just eyeball it and check. Slop line. All right. Hopefully this is clear. And if you have any questions, contact me.